Hi everybody, welcome back into Oman, welcome back into the Asia Rugby Emirates Sevens Trophy 2025 here. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Thank you for being a part of it. Remember, put your support in the comments section, supporting your favourite team, supporting your favourite players, and of course, even supporting your favourite officials, as we do see the officials team photo be taken at the moment.
All right, we are about to get underway there. Jordan is taking on Bahrain for 5th place. It will be a cracker of the game. Jordan have been notorious. Their kickoff restarts have been almost infallible at times. Bahrain have changed their kit up. They are playing in the red and white, while Jordan will be playing in the black. And both teams probably a little bit gutted they're not in the top 4, but confident that they can both put each other to the sword here, push each other all the way and try and get that final win.
I think it's proven, though, in the last match we talked about, Iran playing as a team. Surprisingly to see them in that 7th place playoff position, where they look like when you're playing here, 3rd or 4th, definitely somewhere they could have been, should have been potentially, and it just proves the game of sevens. It's just those small opportunities can put you up or down, Even at top level, you do see, the best teams in the world end up finishing 16th in a tournament, even though they're leading the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And sevens is just one of those, one game where you're slightly off and you give up a couple of those moments and they win.
A pass, a kick, a blade of grass, and your foot goes out across the line there, that literally is the difference. So it's really interesting to see as we progress, build towards our final later on this evening. We've got some banger of games coming up, but yes, as far as the competition is concerned, and you want to see the champion out, right now we've got the players that are, on the leaderboard or the scoreboard. These are the closest matches and the tightest matches.
Yeah, and they're the most exciting games to watch. We don't want to be watching 50-0 wins. We want to be watching 12-12 games where it goes down to a kick to come.
Yeah.
Someone has to take that moment. Someone has to be that hero. Mm-hmm. Can it be one of these players now?
Well, I'm sure it's more of a question, not if, but when.
When.
The win side of things. And you can see how he was just watching the Jordan players here. There's a little bit of nerves. They're shaking out their legs a few more. They're giving a few rolls of the shoulders before they go onto the park.
Now, they are a considerably younger team than Bahrain. So Bahrain probably just a few of the old heads trying to save their energy a little bit further.
So both teams coming out onto the park. What you're going to see, Bahrain there on the left, then the red, they'll be playing from left to right. And here, Jordan on the right, playing from right to left in the black uniform. You talked about the age difference. What's the difference potentially in the strategy?
Well, Bahrain still have some speed outside, but I think they'll just be using their nous and experience. They've got guys who've been around long enough to know when to hold their feet. Just those small moments where experience matters. They don't try and take on the outside man. They'll resettle and settle back in. However, Jordan should be looking to make the opportunity to make those older fellas work a little bit better, a little bit harder, and see if they can get around the park. Now, Bahrain's numbers have all changed as they've changed kits as well. So it's made it a little bit more difficult. And I'll try to use numbers, not names, as I do know a few more of the Bahrain players. It's probably not fair to Jordan there. All right, so we've got one of the young refs ready to go in the middle. This is the 5th place playoff, and we have a few more games after this. We'll have the 3rd, 4th place women's, and then the 3rd place men's for a couple more challenge games. So they've kicked off. It's been really high, but really well taken by Bahrain there. They've zoomed through, and you can see the fierce aggression already from Jordan. Guys over the ball. And Bahrain have picked up. Big number 12 there has run through, and they're giving the ball out wide. Man number 1. And then the captain here, he's run the ball in. He's wearing number 9 for this game. Just slow to bring the ball out, but critical. Getting across the park, and they're resetting here. One of the young fellows who has got a turn of pace and a good step takes it into contact, and they're just slowly pushing Jordan Rugby back here. A little bit of a sloppy pass, but step and go, but those are often the confusing moments you might need to score. Really good clear out there and pick up from the big number 12 for Bahrain. Outside step on the edge, and then an inside ball, and he's trying to cut a line. Jordan doing really well in defence here, really putting pressure on the ruck, but the ball has gone backwards and it's picked up by number 1. Bahrain looking to use their wide men outside. Stutter step, go, offload, caught, thrown back inside willy-nilly. Oh, and a tackle off the ball. Probably not needed. Oh, and I need a breath.
That was a long passage of play, and the old who do you know, hands up in the air over the top to finish it off there.
All right, Bahrain have tapped and gone, and they're looking to pressure up the middle, and it looks like number 10. And I will say his name because it is Alistair, so I love that name as being mine as well. Number 10 for Bahrain has scored a try down the middle, breaking the deadlock so far.
Beautiful and simple there from Bahrain. That's all they had to do was literally straight through the middle. And the speed there, I think it was a deceptive change of pace like we talked about earlier. This got up to speed, and Jordan just kind of watched them run through. So Bahrain there, deserved win, deserved a try, I should say, and going straight through and doing it for Bahrain.
It did look a little bit slow motion at times, like so it went what, and then opened up like a slow curtain.
That one there, the conversion, let's say, was going for goal, and I mean goal under the post in that one. So Bahrain, they're still with the lead though, 5-0 over Jordan. Good start, both teams though, really.
All right, number 1 in the middle with the kickoff. Just getting his guys onside, taking a little bit more time off the clock, and getting the ball up and high in the air. Well contested, waits for the player to come down before he makes the tackle, and really trying to pressure that ruck. Jordan now with the ball deep in their defensive half, but they are working together. 21 with the hot steps, and then puts some people through the gap. They're giving time to regain, and they're going out the other side. A little unders pass, a little bit of speed coming through. A really good offload. They need to make the most. 21, beautiful pass there. It's to the 13, who will take his time going down the field. There's no one from Bahrain is chasing very hard. In fact, he's given up altogether. And Jordan can take their time scoring the try here.
It's probably one of those things that people watching, especially when new to the game, are saying, why does he not just put the ball down?
Well, for me, it's if you're in this position, you know Bahrain have got 5, you've just scored under the post, you're much more likely to convert. It puts you in the lead. You're just spending a bit of time knocking it off the clock, getting all your guys a bit of breath. You can see there's a few guys with hands on knees.
Yeah.
Every extra second of energy, extra second of a breather helps a lot.
And just like you said, Jordan does take the lead at 7-5 over Bahrain. One of those interesting points you had about that is, like, you know, there's been some debate. Why not just hurry up, play the game? But it's so fast, and people don't understand. During the game of sevens, you're nearly in a sprint the entire time.
Yeah, and there's just no downtime, whereas other sports, whereas you might be in a sprint 10% of the game, but then have to pull it back to work as a team. Whereas in sevens, you are at pace for so much of the time, and the moment you're not at pace, someone makes you pay.
Someone does.
All right, so Bahrain have taken the kickoff well, and they've broken a hole early, so a bit of a wide game, but you see the experience there. He slowed up, but then through the offload, and a penalty is given, so a man tackled without the ball there. So Bahrain have got a penalty.
Just quick on that last one, you saw from Jordan what did really well. They hold the ball in 2 hands, creating space, which I didn't mention, but I thought it deserved to mention. So
absolutely. If you can keep that up, as you can see here, Bahrain's doing it, and they've just a little unforced error from the young fella on the side there, number 7. But it will be a line out or scrum to Jordan, and they can take their pick.
It's one of those skill sets we've just seen there. Now the ball, just slightly too high. They call about, if you aren't new to this game, you want to be passing into the bread basket, which is literally just out in front so the player can run onto it. And we're looking just below the collarbone there, above the sternum, like ideally on the sternum. That's where you want the ball to be, so it's easy to catch as the receiver. And you can see when it's not quite right how much more difficult it is.
And sometimes part of that is making sure you've given the target for the passer. If your hands aren't up ready, if you're just running along and then you have to snatch at it later. So you see even the best players, when they're receiving a pass, their hands are out ready to catch that ball. You see Jordan here, hands were up as he goes through, and he hit a line really hard there. Managed to get the offload out the back, and will he be chased down, or has he got the legs to do it? He decides he doesn't, so he steps back inside and gets caught, but manages to make sure his teammates there to support. Jordan then go around the outside and have won a penalty for offside.
Really great. You see the difference in the players. What are the fundamentals? Everyone's got skills, everyone can pass, but right there, what you saw is awareness on the field as well. He took off, he ran away from his support, realized he didn't have the legs, stopped, and actually came back towards his own line, to find his supporters.
And even while getting tackled, directed his players, so he's in the right position to make sure they kept the ball off the ruck.
And that's the difference, like you look at any sport, it is about those tiny little things, and when it comes to how can you make those right decisions under pressure is the other side of it as well.
Yep, the Hooters just gone there, so this will be the last play of the game. Alright, so it is a Jordan scrum going in. They've put the ball out and they've decided to kick out and go in with a 7-5 lead. They'll be happy taking the lead into halftime. They've managed to restrain Bahrain, but Bahrain probably also just as happy to have stopped Jordan at the stage.
Yeah, what a great game. What a first half of rugby. Jordan leading here 7 points to 5 over Bahrain here at the Asia Rugby Emirates Sevens Trophy 2025. We'll be back after this.
على أي وان خليها كلير إذا أي واحد لا في فلتر على الجنب 1 2 3 أوكي عندي فلتر على إيش محطوط على 2 نزله على 1.
Welcome back in, everybody. It's Asia Rugby Emirates Sevens Trophy 2025 here in Muscat, Oman. My name's Grant, and with Al, and we've got a great game on our hands.
Yeah, Bahrain is kicking off here. They are trailing 7 points to 5 under Jordan. I'd say Jordan is leading 7-5, but Bahrain to have our kick restart. They are in the red, and it's a big high restart. A lot of pressure, and it's just battered back by Jordan into his teammates' possession, and off they go. And he's picked a gap really well. They've got numbers out the side. Needs to draw and pass, and let's see who has the pace here. 13 steps inside. Oh, and the captain's come from behind to make a huge critical tackle. Jordan pick up and go from around the ruck, and he's just clung on to there. Still got numbers advantage. A little draw and pass. Probably needed to hold it a little bit longer, but the inside steps are critical here, and they've managed to regain and show a little bit of patience, and then can reset and go again. So as you can see, they're taking their time. They've gone all the way across the field, a little dance step, and they've decided that's not the option. A high tackle given for the seatbelt.
Yeah, some great teamwork there by Jordan, bringing their way up the field. Fantastic opportunity now in front of them.
And now they're looking for the gap left. He's kicked it quite hard, but who's got the pace there? But it has gone out first, so Bahrain will have the option of a scrum where they kicked it.
Yeah, actually, when he first kicked it, I thought far too heavy, far too strong, and it was going to go miles. It nearly laid up from it, nearly stayed inside.
Absolutely, that grass is quite soft and compression, not giving that a lot of bounce there. So you can see when the players are kicking off, they're bouncing about 6 times before they do it.
Something interesting about that, yesterday I had a discussion about it, because obviously before we started, walked out to the field there, laid down, and it felt like a nice comfortable bed, I have to say. I was like, oh wow. Actually thought maybe a little bit too comfortable, but they, explaining there just because of the turf, the area, they needed a little more cushioning on top because the ground obviously being so hard. And so for the players' protection, they gave it a little bit more height on the grass. The second side of that is that when it is a little more spongy, it can be more sapping on the energy. The body has to work a little bit harder. The legs have to pump a little bit more.
A bit more like running in sand as well.
Literally, that is the way of it, yeah.
One of the Jordan players is either cramping really bad here or he's holding the back of his leg for something else. But as we said, when the ball is kicked dead, you have the option of a 22 dropout, or you can take a scrum where it is. It looks like Bahrain is opting for the 22-metre dropout here. So they're trying to push Jordan back and force them to come in. The kick is gone and it is released, so they've managed to regain possession. And Lindsay Gibson's run straight and hard, given the late offload. And here go Bahrain. They've just decided Jordan's defence was right in their way, so they took the hit up, had to reset the line and let players get back onside. As you can see, they're coming in wide here. A little bit of pace, an offload, and really good hands from Bahrain there. A nice crash ball and a good clear out, and it's picked up and moved, and they are moving it wide quickly. But they're coming back to the short side. It's where the support is, where the players are. He has broken the first tackle and given an offload, but they're going to run out of support players here soon. Just picked up, and now they've gone wide. This will possibly be...
Yeah. Oh, he's called a knock on. Oh, I thought played at the ball there.
I thought we might have seen a bit more cheese come out then. It looked like he dived straight at the ball, but the call is knock on. So a great reprieve for Jordan. A great defensive instinct, diving over and catching the player.
It's a really good work there from Bahrain, and like we talked about, support around the ball is what you need in this game of sevens, and that's why there's so much running going on. The field is big; it's 70 metres long. You say 100 metres, but there's a little bit extras with the in goal as well. Players running all over the park, but what Bahrain's doing really, really well right now is that yes, they're moving forward with intent, they're moving fast, but also they're moving with control. They're not running away from their supporters. Someone's always there.
Yeah, then they're making sure that when Jordan's defence is in right place, they take a hit, go, and then can move again to make sure all those players who are compressing their area then have to get back onside and work extra hard to keep doing that. So sometimes the right option is taking into contact. You can reset that offside line and make the defence keep working, so they've got to work back before they work forward again.
100%.
A great tackle there. Just regaining control. Jordan trying to get out the back. And a very dominant hit then. Coming back into traffic. Jordan really compressed at the side of the field at the moment. And a knock on. So Bahrain's defence really coming through there. They're putting the pressure on. They're at the right end of the field and they have a scrum.
Yeah, Jordan looking for opportunities to find that space, but again, we talk about defence wins matches, and right here in this case, it's about the line in defence for Bahrain, working together, shifting across the park, keeping in tight, communication between the two players, who's got who. You see usually one player drops back a little bit, so it actually be a 6-on-7 in the game, but here, Bahrain, this comms the communication, made it hard for Jordan and gives himself now a great opportunity.
Jordan's put a bit of pressure on the scrum, come around the corner, but a penalty is given away.
That nearly looked like a kick at goal, I thought.
At the wrong goal, too.
Wrong goal.
Maybe
what happens if that goes over?
That is an interesting question. What happens if the other team kicks it over my post? All right, so Bahrain with the slow, steady hands, just trying to find a gap, and then almost an offside, but they've regained and come back in, and they're just spreading it wide, going side to side here. Turn to come back into where the support players were. A nice offload and a little run and gun through. Another pop pass, and they're going back to the close side again. He steps inside, makes the tackle. Just rolls out and loses the ball, but he's chased down well. And then clattered. And we're going back for the knock-on. There was no knock-on advantage there.
We talked about some really good things from Bahrain and what they're doing really well. And a big kudos here to the number 9 from Bahrain. He straightened up probably 2-3 times in that passage of play beforehand when they're making their way down the field. He did exactly the same. If there wasn't anything out wide, he would straighten up and go through.
Not trying to run himself every time, but coming in, running it straight, getting the support so the rest of the team can work. And it's a really integral skill, especially in sevens these days. At the very top level, you see them doing it a lot more than we ever used to. Like, I know the Fijian way was the way for a long time, but a lot of other teams can't replicate that.
That's a what do you call it? It's I'm not sure what that is. A gene, a special gene in the body.
An anomaly, where your hand is bigger than the ball. It's a different
and your
skill.
thighs and your shoulders and the length of your stride.
You're made of granite. But Jordan have the ball at the back of the ruck here. Now, what they do have is the lead, and there's only about a minute left, so we'll see what happens. But they are tackled over the line, so it's been brought back. So it is a 5-metre scrum for Bahrain. So really good defensive pressure there. They caught Jordan over the line, so it's a 5-metre scrum. Bahrain get the feed.
Man, what an absolute classic match here. We talked about tight matches between two teams. This is exactly what you want in a contest. Jordan with the lead all the way through the second half. The 2 points has been the difference for literally 6.5 minutes now.
And if it gets them over the line at the end, we'll explain. It'd be defense and the extra moments he took to put the ball down. All right, the ball's come out. The number 9's gone himself. It's gone wide, but he's got over the line and dotted it down. So it's a captain's move from the captain of Bahrain there. He's managed to get the ball over for a try. Now it will be a tough kick. So we'll probably see a 3-point deficit here. Players are kind of signalling it's done. But we haven't heard a hootie yet.
Well, that's the interesting point right here. I mean, the official, the man in the middle there, he has control of the time. Will there be a kickoff? That is the question.
And the hooter did go as he just kicked it. It wasn't good. Let's see what the ref calls here.
It looks like time is up. Yes, celebrations, congratulations to each other.
Well done to Bahrain. They've managed a 5th place in this tournament, and they'll be happy with that coming out after a disappointing loss yesterday. They've managed to come out with a good result today. They've won their games today, done what they need to do, and credit to Jordan Rugby as well. They pushed Bahrain to the very last second.
Oh, that's just the cruelty of sevens. You know, it's not over till it's over. Jordan having the lead all the way through their second half. It's happened to me many, many a times. So big kudos to both teams who are absolutely putting on a show here in Oman. Absolutely.
It's been exciting stuff. So Bahrain take that game 10-7 and take 5th place, and we'll be right back with some more games.
Harry, did they convert that last one?